Welcome to Top Tables, where I'll showcase various YuGiOh tournament experiences within Toronto and even beyond the city as I prepare for big events such as regionals, YCS, and the NAWCQ. Hey guys, so we're back at it with another vlog, and we're actually going to be participating in another 3v3 event today for some Phantom Nightmare boxes. I'm going to be featuring a store that I haven't covered yet so far, which is Untouchables. It's a big and amazing store. Technically it's not in Toronto, but realistically most of you watching, you're not from Canada anyway, so you're not going to know the difference. Now for me, admittedly, I actually haven't played at all since Phantom Nightmare officially came into effect, other than one local at the beginning of the format, which, I was clearly not ready for. In terms of why I wasn't playing, no real particular reason. I think just a lot of times, sometimes you just don't really feel like playing, right? For one, I've also been very busy with work lately, and so, after that, I'm pretty tired. I'd rather just go work out, watch some TV with my wife, rather than like traveling downtown and, playing Yu-Gi-Oh for like 5 hours. But I am ready to get back into it. I suspect I won't do very well today considering my lack of practice, but you know what? You do have to start somewhere, so let's just get ready for locals. So I figured I needed to make a slight update to the deck list. Originally I thought about main decking Nib, but I decided to go with Droll instead, and I also wanted to try out Phantasme in the side as well to try to have a better chance going second against Fire Kings. Anyways, let's just get to locals. Alright, so we have a ton of players who came down for this event, 27 teams, which means 81 players in total. So our team name this time will be the Toronto Raid Raptors, and my teammates will be the same as last time as well, with TN playing Labyrinth and Eric playing Raid Raptors this time around, a new potential tier 2 strategy. So let's just get started with round 1. Alright, so we are going first for round 1. We did win the Darwell. We start with the normal summon Luber. Unfortunately, it is met with an Imperm, which was actually kind of big. So with my hand, I unfortunately have to go with opening now. Pitch Super Poly. I know the grave is cut off. Sorry about that. So now we're going to summon Quem, dump Branded Fusion because we hard open Fusion Duplication. So obviously this looks pretty suspicious, but you know what? What else could I do? But this is still Gimmick Lock if it can resolve. He's going to summon the Primera, I believe, or is that True Day? I don't know. I always get them confused. Anyways, Fusion Duplication does resolve. We are going to summon Sanctifier, a card left extra deck. So Quem is going to summon out the Cartesia, and then we go Cartesia, summon Granule, dump Gimmick Puppet, and then Sanctifier, Gimmick Lock, with us summoning a Luber as well, and just get Branded Fusion for the follow-up. So just with that, we do still have pretty good momentum here. He's going to go with Talents and opt to draw instead. He's going to activate the field spell, and he's going to place onto the Spell Trap Zone, and also gets access to the Emeth as well. Now, one thing with against Centurion matchup with Gimmick Puppet though is Gimmick Puppet Nightmare is a level 8, which can actually still enable them to make some synchro plays on, like, when your turn rolls back around. So you do have to be kind of careful here. So essentially at this point, we're going to kind of like force a battle phase for now. We do still have the lock that we can keep trying to do. I believe we have a Cosmic, or no, not Cosmic, because I'm indexing. Maybe it was Super Poly actually, that I felt that comfortable enough to try to go into battle phase with. We are still going to summon out the Cartesia as well. We also have Lubellion, and we're going to be able to place the Lost. So at this point, we're going to use Cartesia to summon. We're going to summon the Dragonrider Games, also going to get the Merc off of the Lost. And he's just going to summon up both, I guess, before I go into battle. He's going to be able to search as well, and go into Legacia. I honestly allow the effect to go through. I had contemplated about, let's say, for example, negating with Merc. I was a little worried about Nibiru, for example, so I decided to just, I'm like, whatever, I have Branded Opening, I can protect the Destruction effect, and again, I do have that Super Poly, and that should be enough for game. Okay, so on to game 2. Obviously, our opponent is going to be going first this time. Calamity Dock is always pretty scary, so hopefully, but we did draw Imperm, which is always pretty nice. He's going to start off with the Oath, place the Primera, that's going to search as well, the Field Spell. Field Spell will place into the Spell Trap Zone, and someone put it back, has access to Emeth, and now going to Legacia. This is where I Imperm. From what I understand, this is kind of the more safer route, but you know what, it does seem like it has a pretty decent impact at this point. Our opponent's going to set one, which looks like it wasn't an Imperm, so we're just going to start off here. We're going to start off with the Lubellion, does play into Droll, but I sort of had to play it this way for now. And then we have Shrouded Dragon, dump, I think I probably dumped Retribution. We're going to go with Serenir. just so we can try to get access to Lost at this point. Although, of course, we're going to dump with Sanya first. This is where I kind of regretted maybe dumping the, I believe, Retribution, because I had also hard drawn High Spirits, which is another option you can send to the grave as well. Branded Opening is another one, but I also had that in hand as well. So I didn't have that many good options to send to the graveyard. We are going to resolve Branded Fusion, though, fortunately, although, of course, it would have been nice if we also had access to Branded Lost. So we're going to summon Lubellion, and he is going to hit me with a Veiler. But we did have a Tragedy, so we're going to summon the Aluber and search off that instead, because we did not normal summon yet. And we're going to search the Branded Red and use the Branded Red, targeting the Albaz. And we're just going to go into Mirror Jade the hard way. So we're going to try to go into Battle Phase, and then we're going to use Mirror Jade's effect to get rid of the Legatia. Unfortunately, the Emeth, the booty is a little too strong, so we can't get over there right now. We're going to set one. I made a huge misplay. I was supposed to Retribution, get the Branded Red back, and then set it so I have a Guardian Chimera play on the opponent's turn, but instead I just kind of by habit just set end phase, so then I trigger the, I believe, Ash Dragon, summon out the Quem. So that is actually a huge misplay, because essentially at this point, you know, I only have the Cosmic as my interruption. Mirror Jade is dead. Again, if I had Branded Red, it would have led to like 2 pops and another draw, which could have drawn into maybe another interruption. Probably not likely, but at the very least, you know, it still was the right thing to do, so I make a big goof there. So he's going to start attacking over things. Mirror Jade, of course, is going to trigger, and he's going to get rid of Quem as well, which is always nice to get rid of if you're facing against Branded. Next, he's going to go Xyz into the new card from Maze and Millennia. This is the Buzz King guy. So he's going to send another Mirror Jade from my extra deck to the grave. It's also going to destroy the Aluber and pop it and burn me as well. I don't really see the point of that, though. It doesn't really do too much for me. And of course, in end phase, Mirror Jade does just kind of nuke his field as well. So we are going to Cosmic the set. I thought maybe it would have been another Imperm. That's why I did it. Perhaps I should have just saved it, though. He does get Ameth into the Spell Trap Zone at this point. We're going to go Retribution, add back the Branded Red. We're going to use Tragedy effect to set the Branded Fusion, and then now we're going to activate it. And we'll just summon the Albion Dragon, bring out Sanctifier at this point. Now we have tried to do Lubellion again, get access to the Lost. And we're going to use Strategic Effective Fusion, go into Granule, summon, or rather add the Merc. I believe I had actually kept the Gimmick Puppet going second even for this matchup. So I just decided, you know what, I didn't have enough for OTK, so instead I decided to just essentially at least, you know, do some damage and then just Gimmick Lock him on his turn, because he has no cards left in hand, so you know, it's going to be pretty given. So we're just going to attack over Chimera. Remember, it cannot attack directly because it was summoned off Branded in red. We're just going to go Shrouded Dragon as well, add Branded Fusion, Cartesia adds back, and just pass turn there, and we're going to just summon the Mirror Jade and Gimmick, and of course take it from here. Unfortunately, looks like my teammates lost, so we are down X1 to some pretty cool dudes who not only won a raffle for some sleeves, but also pulled off an ulti Feather Duster as well.
Alright, Gabe, what's your thoughts on this format so far?
Hype Pokemon. It's okay. I like it.
Yeah, why do you like it?
I got a new deck.
I feel like, you know, a lot of people playing Fire, a lot of people talk about Voiceless Voice. People aren't talking enough about the Raid Raptors, the birds. That's where it's at. Raid Raptors for life.
Alright, what's your thoughts on this format so far?
Oh,
That's it?
too expensive. Way too expensive. I like it, it's fun. Too expensive though, but it's fun.
I play the game no matter what, dude. I don't know what to say. You know, Snake Eyes Ash, he's a talented fellow himself. So, you know, you click the button, you use the effect, and then you win. So I'm having fun. It's kind of chill. Playing the Fire deck.
Alright, so for round 2, we're going up against some really good players in Ryan Yu, Luch, as well as Matt McRae. Lots of YCS tops between them, so let's just get right into it. Alright, so let's just move on to round 2 against Matt and his Vanadium. We do go first because we won the die roll. We're going to go with the Allure Normal Summon, add the Branded Fusion. Unfortunately, it does get Ash. I'm sorry, the grave is cut off yet again. So we do just set one past my signature end board here. He's going to go with Rhoda. We do hit him with the Droll, so we're just throwing Kryptonites at each other basically. And he actually just, I believe, passes turn on an empty field. So we do draw for turn. We're just going to normal the Cartesia use its effect. I'm hit by a Veiler. And I do Super Polyer. You have to be careful in this situation because you do still have to resolve Cartesia at this point, and depending on what you have on the field or your hand, you know, you won't be able to, like, let's say, resolve Granule's effect if you have to fuse it away. Luckily, I only have Branded in red in hand, so I could not resolve the Cartesia effect, but basically just summoning off Super Poly instead. And because we also pitched a Dark Magician for Super Poly with Albion, we were able to make Dragoon, and it's exactly game, so let's just move on to game 2. So game 2, I do get lucky and draw Droll yet again. At the same time, Matt was actually playing some spicy stuff to play through Droll, but out of respect for him, he does want to keep it a secret, so I'm not going to show you what the actual cards were, because he does have some big events coming up, so we're just going to skip that part. Anyways, we get in this grind state. He summons SP, try to banish my Dragonrider Games. I'm going to use Drago effect, targeting that SP, try to use its effect, and then I'm going to just chain Branded Red, go into Chimera, just draw 1 and pop the remaining 2 cards on his field, and that's basically game right there. Alright, so now that I won my match, we just have to rely on Tien to pull it off with his Labyrinth versus Pearly.
We declare? Sure. Activate. 29.
Well, we pulled off that round somehow, so let's just get ready for round 3.
High rarity stuff. High rarity secret, by the way. This is Europrint, by the way. You won't find it anywhere in Canada. You won't find it anywhere in your profile. You won't find it anywhere. Bro, that's crazy. Hold on.
Lights on us like that.
No, I'm broke.
Alright, round 3, we're going up against some voiceless voice players, but for me personally, I'll be going up against Andrew and his cashier strategy. Alright, game 1, I lose that roll, so he goes first. He sets this pretty crazy board, and honestly guys, I just cannot play through this with the hand that I have, so we're just gonna scoop and go right into game 2. Okay, so let's just start over with game 2, and we are gonna go first. He is gonna start with the shifter and standby, but fortunately I have the call by the grave to get rid of that. Hopefully he didn't have Ash, and looks like he didn't. So we're gonna have Branded Fusion here with sending Albaz, as well as Tragedy. I'm going to go Lubellion Chainlink 1, Tragedy Chainlink 2. He's going to try to imperm the Lubellion. We did hard draw the Branded in red though. So we're just going to activate that, target the Albaz. We're going to go into Drago, and then of course the Lubellion would summon the Mirror Jade instead. And actually I should have added off Tragedy first because I was Chainlink 2. But basically I was able to dodge imperm there at the very least. And then we also have a normal summon left still, and we are going to go with the Quam. And I believe we dumped the Retribution. And I think I'm I added back the Branded Red, set that back. And so we're just going to pass turn here. He's going to start off with the Fenrir. We're going to go with the Drago effect, put the and negate its effect. He's going to go Rise Heart, summon the Rise Heart. We're just going to go Branded Red here and just pop everything in terms of his 2 monsters. We also get to draw 1. And he just scoops in, and we're going to go into game 3. Alright, so we're just going to go into game 3 here. Andrew's going to go first. He has another shifter that he drops on standby, which really sucks because I actually had 2 Drolls in hand, which are now completely dead. So honestly, this is not looking too good, and I pretty much just get absolutely bodied here because of shifter and all the entire cashier board that I just cannot play through. But good games, Andrew. Definitely well played. Well, by starting 1 and 2, we honestly decided to call it a day here and drop. We were tired anyways, and so felt it was just best to quit here and try again another time. Alright, so as expected, we didn't do too well, but again, it's totally okay. I mean, for me, what matters most is just having a good time with my friends, playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not going to be playing this game forever, and I'm really trying to enjoy while it lasts. Although, recent news that came out that got me really excited for this game is that they announced the location of this year's NAWCQ, which will be held in Austin, Texas. So super exciting. I'm just really excited to see some of you there as well. Now, even though I receive my invite to the NAWCQ every single year, since I started playing competitively actually, I never actually bothered going to them until last year for the first time, and I had a really good time. It was a blast. I think as long as you go with your friends, it's just going to be a really good time no matter what, whether you do well or not at the actual event. And so I did do a vlog actually of my NAWCQ experience back then last summer, so you can certainly go check that out, although as a warning, it's not as good quality for that one. Anyways, I clearly have a lot of catching up to do for this format, so I'm just gonna close off this vlog and hop on Dueling Book and get some reps in. But as always, I really want to thank all of you for watching. A big thanks to my patrons as always for the continued support, and well, take care guys.